503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. YouTube, you guys are all fired up today, and I'm here for it. So I'll read some text for some funsies here. Could he move the NHL team here? That would be sexy. I think a lot of people in this town secretly would really love a hockey team. I know everybody wants baseball and NFL. I think a hockey team would do very well in this town.
I do in a general sense. I don't, because it's the same time of year as basketball.
Yeah, okay, I follow. But I think hockey could do well here.
Are they a big enough market to support two teams in the same season?
That's the interesting question.
Yeah. I think they're better
off. And Timbers would overlap too. Don't know, because people go to that. That stadium sells out all the time.
I'm just saying. The sigh was because there's not a single soccer.
Ooh, I love soccer.
There's not a single soccer hockey crossover fan.
No, I'm getting there in hockey.
Don't get me wrong. The 13 of you out there, how dare you? It's just there's not a crossover between those two fan bases.
The word ship might just be a no-go for me, according to the fan text line. Let's see. Buy the Lloyd Center and build a new stadium event area there. If we need a new arena, are they going to ask for public money because they don't have crazy money? The answer to that is yes. Any way to find out if the new investor in the Blazers is part of the Portland Diamond Project? No, we're never going to know who's in the Diamond Project unless they actually get a team. Hopefully he fixes the freeway around Moda. I like the idea of building up Tom Dundon as the savior of the city of Portland.
It's kind of funny. I golfed this past weekend with a guy who's worked for ODOT for 30 years.
Yeah,
and we were talking about because they're redoing
the worst part of I-5.
Yes, we were talking about Shalem Glen, the golf course that's right out by me. They're expanding the course and they're pulling the bypass up that goes around Newburgh to Dundee, and they're going to turn the course into basically 27, and then back to 18, but. He was asking me, like, well, where are they doing this at? How are they doing this? And all those kind of things. And I was like, well, when the bypass, he goes, well, they can build the golf course, but the bypass isn't getting done anytime soon because there's no money. And he goes, ask me how I know. I go, how do you know? He goes, I've worked for ODOT for 30 years. Let me tell you right now.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening. You don't hold your breath on that. But as far as the, I think we've kind of buried the lead here because so many people freak out about this, and it's in the replies to my tweets, and it's in the text lines, and the YouTube chat. Never say never is what everybody always tells me behind the scenes. They're not moving the team.
No, I don't think so.
You don't go get an ownership group with a guy based from Portland who's married to somebody who works for the Oregon Health Authority, who's currently redoing a district in Carolina, and then moving the team. Number one, there's a basketball team in Charlotte. They're not going to put two basketball teams in the state of North Carolina.
No, they're not
happening.
Maybe Texas. No, it's not going to happen there.
No, they're not moving the team. The whole point of now, there's already been some discussion about public-private equity as it pertains to a new stadium. I know Oregon. I know the city of Portland. You don't want it. My money's. I want it spent on the arts, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. You're going to spend your money. The leaders are going to sign off on it. It's going to happen. Now, the sliding scale is how much.
Right. Now, also, we have to remember that there is in place the deal, which many people think is strictly for the baseball stadium with the jock tax.
Mm-hmm.
That is not strictly for
that
a
is not
baseball
the case.
Stadium.
Correct. But also, that money isn't allocated yet.
Right.
It was capped at, I believe, 150, and it's now up to 800. But here's the thing. The money has to come into it in order for the pool to grow to that.
Yeah.
And that will take time.
Well, basically, it's essentially going to be it's like they're doing a Dumb and Dumber with Harry and Lloyd.
It's IOUs.
It's all the IOUs.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we're going to spend this money on this thing. And then once people start coming in and the players start coming in, the jock tax money comes in, that's how we pay it back.
Yes. So, but... And look, I don't believe public money should go towards this stuff. But here, and this is why I wanted owners that had more money than God.
Unless I get a certificate saying I'm a part owner, like the Green Bay Packers, I also don't want that.
That's never happening in sports again.
Yeah, never.
The interesting thing here is that these owners, they're not worth untold billions.
No,
they're all worth a billy or so.
I like how we're trashing dudes that are only single-digit billionaires.
Again, but here's the thing. If you don't have the crazy money...
Of course.
Steve Ballmer said, Inglewood, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm buying this land. We're going to do this. We're going to have the dopest stadium in the NBA.
Yeah.
Watch me do this. Also, check out my toilets.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you can do when you're worth $100 billion. It just doesn't matter, right? So they don't have an ownership group that has that kind of capital. So there's gonna be public money. The number that I've reached out to people over, I don't know, probably the last 6 months, and it's intensified with the Adam Silver talk and how the stuff that's coming out publicly, it's because of what's been going on behind the scenes. And you just, if you can look at the tea leaves and have those discussions, you understand where this stuff was going. My original thought was 10 to 15% public money. I have adjusted that to probably a cap at 20%.
Okay.
That's what I think that is the absolute most that Oregon politicians could feasibly do this for, and that includes the current Mayor Wilson, current Governor Kotek, coming together because it's going to risk their political careers.
Of course it will.
And I think that
I think the mayor's doing that on a daily basis.
Well,
right
I mean,
now.
in this city, it doesn't matter who you
I
are.
think Tina Kotek's doing that every day.
Yeah,
as
as the
well.
governor. Yeah, no.
I think they're both putting their necks out there.
But if you push too hard, it can get you killed in this particular state and in this particular market. I think 20% is the most that they could possibly hope to get out of it. And again, I don't think that they'll get that. I think that's the most that they could possibly push it to. But then where does the other 80% come from?
Yeah, this is just my uneducated opinion. I was going to say educated, and then I realized I'm stupid. My uneducated opinion is just putting money into the Moda. It's just making Moda nicer.
It's not good enough.
I know, but that's going to be the Band-Aid for now until maybe that basket grows to a larger amount.
But you can't,
and then can create something like that.
You can't spend $1 billion redoing Moda because number one, you can't do it like you did at Climate Pledge where you didn't have a tenant.
Right.
You can't go play in Memorial Coliseum for 3 years with a 12,676 seats.
Especially not when you're winning titles.
I think it was just shy. For some reason, I want to say 12,884 was the number that always stuck out in my
There's
head.
a double digit in the hundreds. I can remember that. That's why I said 676. I
can't play at
what it was.
Veterans when you're winning titles like the Blazers are next year.
Yeah, okay. But no, you're costing yourself, 6,000 seats per. That's 6,000 times 41. Do the math on that for 3 years.
I'm not going to do the math on that.
You can't. That's not financially feasible.
Right, I agree.
You can't be like, well, this project's going to take 3 years. So what does this end up looking like?